Welcome to the Rainbow Rundown,
We meet you where you at, and we take you where you want to be.
featuring this month's guests.
Hey, Anthony Smith, a.k.a. Tony.
Okay, Kenneth KIMBROUGh, known as Butch for all y'all at the Rainbow.
The Rainbow Clubhouse is a rehabilitation program which provides a safe and supportive environment, forging new relationships and uplifting members.
Now please sit back, relax, and enjoy this month's Taste of the Rainbow.
Hey, what's up, everyone? You're hanging out with your buddy Slim Tone, a.k.a. Tony. I'm with my buddy Butch. Welcome to Rainbow Clubhouse.
Yes, we're here to remind members of the Rainbow Club to make sure that they look at the bulletin board and sign up for activity to get involved with at the Rainbow. And it's important that everybody get involved going forward to make the Rainbow grow and us to grow as a group.
Yes, okay. So, Butch, I'm just getting relaxed. It's a new thing for us. Podcast. Zach, the producer, is behind the wheels of steels, as we call them, the production line. And, you know, we're really freestyling. This is new for us, new venture. We're testing the waters and see which way we go with this. But I'm looking forward to this, looking for everyone else to get involved. We got a great team behind us. A lot of people going to be involved. We got a lot of ideas in the air. See how it turns out. I'm kind of nervous, my first time. Well, it's been a while since I've been behind a microphone, but I'm looking forward to Rainbow Club turning into something big. So, I want to ask you a question, Butch, just, off the top of your head, not to turn into a politic conversation. What do you think about what's happening with the election from 2020 up until now, all the events that took place? Real crazy. I know a little bit about it, not too much, but I think it's just really a big circus. They turning this thing into a big circus. What do you think?
Well, not to get politically, when it comes to either party, the Democrats or the Republicans, I think it's a turnoff to most voters. And even though it's probably a turnoff to a lot of people, I think everybody should go exercise their right to vote. And we got the upcoming elections coming up in November. And I'm reminding all the Rainbow people, if you're not a registered voter, go online and get all the information to register to vote. It's important to vote, even if you really actually don't disagree with a lot of these politicians.
If you're not involved,
send them a message.
You're not involved with it, and you happen to just be turning the channel and glance at what's going on. It's a turn off for some people, especially if you've never been into politics.
Oh, yes, because basically, if you talk about the major election coming up, you have a former president going up, probably going to be the nominee.
I don't think he's going to make it. I really don't.
And then you got one that's current, and his son is having some problems too. So you don't know whether the system is protecting his son. So a lot of people looking at it like we should have better candidates.
Yeah,
we could have better.
It becomes a turnoff. Me coming up as a kid, you had to have a certain characteristics to even be in the race, and then now it's like the most popular guy wins.
There's a poll out now. There's like 33% of Americans don't want to vote for the two leading candidates for president next year, which is really, that's like 33% of the people don't care. Which they don't even want to vote for either one of them. So where is we going as a country? Could they come up with better candidates?
It's sad. And
and both of them pushing 70-something years old. Can you get some younger ideals in there?
Yeah, it's really sad to turn off, man.
Yeah, it is. But it is what it is. Like you said, maybe one of the candidates may not even get. But the whole thing about the whole thing is you could actually be president with a criminal record. So
Wow.
You didn't know that, right?
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's new to me.
Google it. You could actually be president and have a felony.
So you mean to tell me?
That's what I learned, and I was in shock.
So you mean to tell me if Trump actually gets indicted? I mean, he's indicted, but if he is found guilty of any of these crimes, he still can win. He can still run.
Still serve.
Wow, that's new to me.
The only way a president can't serve, from what I heard, was remember when they tried to impeach him when he was in office. If you impeach, that's the only way you can't serve. Ain't that something?
Wow.
You could serve if you have a felony, but the only way you can't serve is be impeached by Congress, which doesn't make sense to me. Because people can't actually vote in this country if they got a felony, and coming out of prison. So why you can actually be out of getting a felony and run for president, which is a catch-22 there, right?
So I want to ask you something, Butch. Have you been watching the NBA lately?
Well, it just started last night.
Just started last night. The new guy for San Antonio, the young kid, I seen him play against Golden State, and he looks pretty good. His defense is awesome. Have you seen him play?
Yeah, I saw him play. He might set some new records. It's one record that is not going to be broken.
And what's that?
And I just learned that.
What's that?
It's one record for him, and for everybody else it's other records. But it's one record that's not going to be broke. 37 points, 29 rebounds. Nobody breaking that record.
What do you mean by that? 37 points.
As a rookie,
20,
Will Chamberlain.
As a rookie.
Will Chamberlain. That's record is not gonna be broke.
As a rookie.
Yes, he only player to win MVP and Rookie of the Year. You ain't know that. I heard that last night. Yes, I was like, really?
He's looking good so far, and a lot of people anticipated him coming in and doing good.
And it was actually only two players that ever do that. Him and Wes Unseld of the Bullets.
Okay.
I didn't even know that either. I'm like, they both was Rookie of the Year, MVP, the first, right? They rookie year. Ain't nobody ever did that but them two players. That's incredible, right?
Wow, yeah.
But them kind of stats, if he can average like 29, come close to that, Wilt type numbers like 29 points and maybe 20 rebounds, you would be like, ain't nobody ever did that, and like over since probably Wilt come close to Wilt numbers. Even LeBron didn't do that. He didn't ever know 29 points and 20 rebounds. But this kid you talking about, I saw him. He's talented. He might could do it.
How many? Talking about LeBron, what do you think he's going to do? How many years you think he's got left? And what he's going to do? Because everybody's upset at him. He's calling himself the GOAT. A lot of people putting him in the same category as Jordan and Chamberlain. What's your take on him? Because me personally, I like LeBron. I like him as a player. I like him.
I think he's probably done it after another 2 years. I think he just want to play with his son. I don't know how he's going to get a deal, a team to actually sign him or draft his son and sign him to it, whatever way this is going to work. But that's what he wants to do.
How do you see him as a GOAT? Do you think he's GOAT material? Jordan, Kobe.
I would put
top
him in
five.
You have to put the guy, whether you like him or not, in the top 3 to 4. You have to. I know it's hard to actually put him over them other two guys you just mentioned, but he's still somewhere in there. I have to say that.
I think a lot of people get personal when it comes to LeBron. I don't know why. You can't take nothing away from him. He's done so much just as an athlete. Forget him personally.
They go after him because he lost more finals than he won, but he went to the finals more than anybody. So it's. I think if he had won more finals than he lost, he probably would put him as a GOAT. But they always hold that against him. You got Kobe maybe lost one final, but won 4.
I think when it comes
he lost
to
Detroit, right? Then they lose to Detroit.
I'm not sure, but yeah, I know he did lose one.
I know he lose once or twice, but he went like 6 times and won 4.
Right.
They lost to the Boston one year too. I think that's what it is.
You got to look at his overall accomplishments.
Yeah.
He's definitely GOAT material.
You can't touch him on that.
But when you start to categorize them, I don't think he should be in the top 5. I think they don't speak about a lot of players who I feel should be in the top 5.
LeBron should definitely be in the top 4 to 5.
I think it's so many that come before him that I think Jordan just makes the top 5. you leaving out a lot of players that accomplish
Well,
a lot.
I got Kobe and Jordan like 1, 2, and then it's the rest of them for me.
Okay, I mean, what about Will? What about Oscar? What about Bird? Yeah, a lot of people leave Bird out of that quite. And
Too.
as a player, I hated Bird. He used to crush us. He when you think you got
still
to
have to put you still have to put if you still have to put LeBron somewhere in the top 7 or 8. You still have
okay, but there's so many
maybe not
players.
over some of these players you just mentioned.
There's so many players that get left out. I just feel, and especially Bird. When there's no talk about Bird, and as much as I hated him as a player, I'm talking about he crushed a lot of greats. When you compare him,
like one of the best I've
when you compare him against Jordan, like there's a lot of games where he kept Jordan in line. I mean, you just got to give him his credit, But
Oh yes.
we see what the future holds, man. I think LeBron should hang around at least 4 more years. I think he can break a lot of records.
You talk about being like the Tom Brady of the NBA. But it's only like one. It was like 1 or 2 players that like Kareem was like the only one played till like 41.
Wow.
I think that's probably. He might. I'm not sure. He might play till he's 41.
Okay.
That's really not what he 30. That's like only 2 more years, right?
Yeah.
Because he just turned 39, LeBron, so that might happen. He would have to play till he 40. Play with his son, he would have to.
And then you got Derrick Rose over there in Memphis now.
But you know the getting back to the son thing. The son, that might not happen now because of the heart problem the son has.
He has a heart problem.
He's delaying playing this year in college, so that might not happen. Yeah, somebody just told me that. I just thought about it. So that might not happen because now that will push him. LeBron probably would have to play 3 years or extra year in order to play with his son, because his son won't start his college career probably the next season coming back around.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody told me that because they saying they don't want to rush him to play again. But there's another son behind him.
Right.
Committed to going to college next year too.
They both look good though.
I ain't never saw the youngest son.
I seen clips. They both look good. But I was talking about the Grizzlies. They got Derrick Rose over there with them, and I think they might give the West some problems, man. I think so.
They done? They done.
You think so?
The big guy went down again.
Did he?
That?
No, I didn't.
Adams out for the year. I heard that just a couple days
wow.
ago. And the guy, the other center that was tore his ACL up, the guy that was in the playoffs with him that got hurt.
Right.
The other big guy, he ain't ready yet. So they lacking size open up.
Well, then if that's the case, then
Adams was a big hit. I just heard this a couple days ago.
Sean Paul is over there in Golden State. I said Sean Paul, Chris Paul. He's over there in Golden State, and they looking good so far as well. So I mean, between Denver, Golden State,
size is gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
I saw him last night. Size is a big problem.
Okay.
That's the biggest issue there.
So listen, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a snap of a finger. Back to Rainbow. Yeah, Butch. So I was asked by a friend, how did I wind up in Rainbow, the Rainbow Club? And actually, I was part of another organization, and the guy who's leading that organization suggested that I stop by and come check it out. He says the Rainbow group up on the next floor. It was really good group. So I said, okay, I'll go check it out and see what it's about. And came in and I met up with a brother named Kevin. He's directing everyone, what's happening and what's going on. Talked with him, and he told me what Rainbow was about and what they offer. And he showed me some of the entities that existed, and I said, you know what, I want to check that out. I want to check out the broadcasting and they gonna try to start a podcast. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna hang around. Hung around for the last few weeks and met some people. Did a little bit of art. Did a little poetry, and here we are. Here I am, and it's going well. You know, there's more to it, and I'll eventually share some more stuff with you, Butch. But so far, this Rainbow Group is turning out to be a real interesting thing, man. How did you wind up here?
Well, I joined in from a friend that was going here for a few years,
Mm-hmm.
and like, she might have started maybe around 2010, 2009.
Wow, that long?
You have a lot of members like that still like part of Rainbow
Mm-hmm. You got some time in.
that I still know, but they don't come as much as they used to.
Okay.
And she's one of them. I'm trying to think of her name, Dominic. We call her Dominic, but I'm trying to think of her first real name. But she started, and she referred me to the program through my therapist at that time, Miss Rojas. She called them, and then I started coming in 2012. But I didn't really know completely what they offered until I started coming more on a continuous basis, because they had a rule which unlike
Right.
they had like a trial period when you started at Rainbow that
Mhm.
you had to come at least 3 days a week. And I know some of the people that we have from the administration. I haven't heard none of them recently mention to go back to some of these rules, because they had a probational period where you had to come at least 3 days a week, for real.
Right.
So that's to just get people to come in,
Mm-hmm.
to support the Rainbow Clubhouse at that time. It wasn't a clubhouse; it was converting it. It was just the Rainbow at that time.
Right.
They had to convert it to a clubhouse. But started coming, started enjoying different things. Like at that time, they had a lot more activities that we don't do now, like playing pool, had a TV room and all that downstairs. So it kind of cut out a lot of them things, more for instructional things, dealing with basically more people, mental health, period. Like,
Right.
Like the programs that we got now that help you just be a stronger person and to bring out the talents of individuals that do have mental health problems. Because a lot of people that have these problems, some of these people are talented. They just need a structured way and an outlet to express themselves. So that's basically what the Rainbow's offering. So it came a long way. So,
Since sitting in the Rainbow Club, I ran across a lot of talented people. The poetry session is awesome. I met someone who sits in the poetry group that has been exposed to the entertainment business. He's wrote lyrics amongst some of the hottest rappers out today, and that was real interesting. You have a young lady who participates in the poetry group that she is writing some new material every week. She's got something new. She has a little pamphlet out that's really amazing. She's really awesome. Some of the young ladies that participate in the art classes, the art groups, they're coming up with some of the hottest artworks. Like I'm looking just from using beads and straws and like you seeing them coming up with this artwork, like you see possibly people on the streets and in the subways, and you're like, wow, you wouldn't expect the talent that you see.
Listen, if you really look hard at maybe the people's talent that's here, and they just don't have an outlet to express themselves. So you when you come here, you'll find some way to get involved and have that outlet. And you'd be surprised at a lot of people pass. Zach just had this guy that came here and gave a speech about a week or so back about his drug addiction, and he wrote a book. So I'm telling Zach, like, the guy's life sounded like mine. Yeah, so and Zach's like, I'm like telling him, like, I never wrote a book, but if I did, it'd probably be a bestseller. And they're really counter what the guy was saying. Like you say, somebody either got some talent or they got some experience where their experience will help somebody. Basically, that word help somebody as far as your drug addiction or what, because you've been there before. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you've been on the streets before, you saw it. So when I'm hearing this guy speak, I'm like, I ain't never wrote a book like this guy, but you talk about a guy that got off the street, had a drug habit and beat it, and never went into rehab in my life. And I'm telling Zach that was part of, because I heard maybe about a couple of weeks ago, about a month before this guy came, Kevin was speaking about his past, and I'm like, his past sounds like mine too. But wow. You know, he kind of recouped himself and went to college and got a job. Well, man, I'm like, you'd be surprised how many people's lives are kind of similar, started the way yours did, and they had to pull themselves up.
Exactly.
You know, or they, you know, later on in their life, they made some kind of positive contribution to helping other people through their experience in life.
It's one thing
so
about
that's
the Rainbow Club.
That's
yeah, you're gonna run into people that's gonna share some things with you, and until they start sharing and talking, you realize, wow, we got a lot in common.
And you know, I was going to another program. Here's the thing that's gonna kill you. I was going to 161st Street years ago. The same lady was working for Upper Manhattan, Miss Rojas. She was a case manager, and that's another thing. People that's joining the Rainbow and you need assistance. It's like keeping track of your appointments, assistance with problems in your life. Go downstairs and try to get on the waiting list, because it's a list for it now. Because I got like 2 or 3 friends on the waiting list, and that's for a case manager. These case managers, I had one, and I got one like accidentally, and I wasn't even at the Rainbow at the time, or coming to Upper Manhattan for mental health treatment. Mm-hmm. I was going to St. Luke's program, and I was having so much trouble traveling because I had a health problem, which bordered my mental health from me abusing drugs at one time. That I was having trouble traveling. That's how bad my health was. So my psych at St. Luke's Hospital called Upper Manhattan case manager and say, yo, this guy say he having trouble traveling, send somebody to his house, see if he okay. And that's how I ended up with a case manager. But this case manager was unbelievable. She went to appointments with me. She helped me with planning out how my medical schedule. She planning out what things that you needed for your house.
Right.
People don't know all these things are available to you through coming to the program. Like me, I'm telling them certain stories. When you come here, it's mad people to help you here at there's other jobs that you could get through the Rainbow program.
Yes. So, people sharing experiences.
You
learn a lot.
Get you a case manager, go downstairs and apply. I just had like 1 or 2 friends that I told to go down there and get them a case managers, because they will help you with some of the everyday problems that's in your life.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I could call mine. I got one that came from administration, and she's like doing dual job. Jackie, she's my case manager. Mm-hmm. I could call her about anything. I could call her about anything I need, and she'd say, let me check out. And like, we just need like a refrigerator for your house. She'd say, I go on, yeah, for real, I'm telling you the truth, yes. And they said, we'll see how through the city program or something you could get one for your house cheap, because I live in a co-op, and my landlord won't replace certain things in my house, like a conventional landlord. When you live in a co-op and you basically on a fixed income, You have
Right.
to buy this stuff for yourself. There's certain things I have to buy on my own. Only advantage of living in a co-op is the lease part. I don't have to worry about a lease because it's an ongoing lease. I like kind of actually own a percentage
Good.
of in my apartment. So there's no lease. It's a life lease in my apartment. But to offset that is things like the refrigerator, stove, or whatever. If it breaks, I gotta buy one. So it's a touchy thing. I don't have to worry about it. The landlord not renewing my lease, but if something breaks in my house, I gotta worry about replacing it.
That's cool.
So that's a catch-22 there.
So we're here at the Rainbow Club, and you know what? Hopefully we get some more people to come in and participate and share some of their experiences. It's a nice organization, and we're going to be back again. So what are you doing for the rest of the day, Butch?
Well, basically, like I tell a lot of people, when they get to the end of a month and 1 month is going out, and you gotta survive and you gotta just game plan. You have to always game plan in life, things that you gotta do.
Okay.
I know a lot of members sometimes they see me here and I be just writing out. It's a habit I picked up from my father. He say, life is like a sporting event. You got a game plan from 1 month to month. If you know what you got to do, and you make a list of things you're trying to get accomplished, then the next month or during the run of that week, you mark down what you got done, and then you can move on to the next thing.
Okay.
So that's why I do it. That's my formula for, trying to get something done in my life. Because if a lot of people got good ideas, but they don't write them down, say, a lot of people say, I'm gonna do this, or I gotta do that, and then they forget it because they ain't write it down what they gotta do. So I just came with that formula. I saw my father do it years ago, and I said, this does make sense. He used to get up in the morning, write down things he gotta do. Then he would cross them out once he get it done, which is definitely gooder for like people that's older, 40 up, because people that's older definitely forget about things they got to do.
Right.
But it's a good thing for younger people too. So it's just a habit I picked up.
Okay. Well, I think that's about it for us today. We're going to wrap things up here at the Rainbow Club, but looking forward to seeing you again, Butch.
Okay. And I look good forward to doing this broadcast again.
Yep. All right. Take care, Butch. See you next time. This is
You
Anthony
too.
Smith, a.k.a. Slim Tone, wrapping it up with my brother Butch, the Rainbow Club.